Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. These episodes are of my friend Ben Montheith. Ben's special to me in that when I first started my podcast a couple years ago, I was doing interviews, and I was going to bring Ben on with Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters. I was going to surprise him because Ben is a street busker, and one of the songs he covers is the Foo Fighters. So I thought it'd be kind of fun, right? Taylor agreed to it. We were trying to set it up, but if you guys recall when Taylor passed away, very sad time, unfortunately. They were really busy. They were doing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff. They were on tour. There was a lot going on. So we were just trying to make it all work, and unfortunately, it didn't happen. Anyway, now we're looking at a couple years later. I am bringing Ben on, and so I've chatted with him. I'm still a big fan of him. I know his music well. I think he's such a great singer. He became very popular because he did a cover of How to Save a Life by The Fray, and it was just amazing, and it blew up overnight. He had millions of views on his video while busking in the street, and I was one of those views. It came through my feed, I believe on Facebook, and so there you go. And we're going to jump into this. We're going to have to see what Ben thinks. So if you guys want to reach out to Ben, if you want to know any of his stuff, he's on everything you can think of underneath his name, Ben Montheith. So you guys can check him out and see. Also wanted to throw a shout out, a thank you to the cool people here at Still Austin for still sending me awesome booze. This is their newest release. It's a winter release. And it says it's good to be by the fire. I think it's funny here. These people who write these tasting notes, I wish they could help me with my reactions of things to say, because it says the finish on this is dark sherry and creme brulee that trail off into whispers of eucalyptus, oak spice, and black tea. I would be like the best reactor in the world if I could write stuff or say stuff like that. I'd be like, Nightwish is the best flavor on your lips. It's fantastic to the senses of the soul. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy this video and the rest of the ones we do with my friend Ben here. Let's give this a go, and we can see what Ben thinks. Have you ever heard of a performer by the name of Dimash? He's from Kazakhstan.
No.
Okay. So we're going to jump into this one together, and I hope you'll become a fan. He's a very talented singer, this guy. So let's give it a go, and you can let me know what you think.
Sounds good, man.
Drive
Wow.
Okay, what did you think?
That was very different. That
You didn't
was
expect
not.
me to do that, huh?
No, no, I wasn't. I wasn't expecting that. Um, Not my kind of music, but talk about someone who's mastered their vocal. Like when he went into his falsetto, I think that's the loudest, most powerful falsetto I've ever heard.
It's amazing. It's
And
incredible.
then all the dancers and the lights. He looked like a Christmas tree at one point. Or like he had wings or something. Where's this dude from? Dimash.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Okay. That's cool, man. I
In
mean,
it?
I love like I am so far removed from a music snob as I could be. I love all kinds of music. And I always loved oh forgive me, I can't remember his name, but it was a gentleman that was blind that done opera music. Um
Oh,
Italian
no,
guy.
he actually met him. I think he met him. It's he's one of
I
the three
can't,
tenors.
his name escapes me, but I've heard that man sing and been brought to tears, you
Oh,
know. So
amazing.
I can completely appreciate this style, and obviously that's a more modern take on opera singing. And it's beautiful, and his vocals flawless. There was not one note out of place. Or um, will I be jamming to it in the car this week? Probably not, but I can appreciate that that is phenomenal and very talented.
Cool.
Very
So
talented.
a question then. So a lot of the performers that I brought on for you to check out are younger, right? So this guy's in his 20s actually. And
Right,
so
right.
my question to you, I was beginning my podcast when I was going to do the interviews, when I was doing the interviews as well. My friend's daughter was in fifth grade and she said with her friends, they said, you should ask every guest when they first felt famous. And it's a question that I've actually found some fantastic answers to. And so I ask you, when did you first feel famous? And if we don't want to go down the road of literal fame, when was there a moment, a kernel in your career that made you feel good about what you're doing or something that was positive?
Um, I don't. I felt like I was famous for a couple of years, like where because of the Free video went crazy, and it was like different pages had shared it, and it was literally over 100 million views it had had collectively within such a small amount of time. And my wife is from America, and
Oh,
I'm just a regular dude from Glasgow, and I fell in love with this American girl. She's from Delaware in the States. And so we were flying into, no, we were flying out of Baltimore to come home.
mhm.
And I think I was way more recognizable when I had my dreadlocks. I had big long dreads. And I'm going through security, and this big dude, security guard goes, "Hey, you're Ben Monteith." And I was like, "What?" It just is like it totally freaked me out because I was like, I've never been on TV. I don't have a deal. There's no reason why a security guard in Baltimore Airport should know who I am by name. And I just looked at my wife, we both looked at each other, and we were both just like, this is. So that was probably the first time that I was like, oh, maybe I am sort of semi famous. And when
Good.
I used to have dreads, I'd go to like, I always felt like an idiot. And it still happens sometimes when I'm out busking, but I think a lot of people now don't even realize it's me until they hear me singing because my hair's gone. And
Yeah.
uh, but I always feel silly when people ask for pictures. I feel like such a moron. Uh, just because I don't like getting my picture taken, but I would never say no to someone because I was like, you know, if I saw Dave Grohl, I'd be like, dude, we need a picture. You know,
It'd be the
but
time.
like, not that I'm comparing myself to the god of Grohl, but yeah, I would always say yes.
Dave's a good guy. I'm sure he'd take picture too. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, Dave Grohl has been my hero for years, many, many years.
So I'll tell you a funny story. I was doing Rock in Rio with Guns N' Roses, and the Foo Fighters were on the bill with us. And so we really weren't supposed to leave the hotel because of safety purposes, right? So we all just went in the pool every day. We all went in the pool and we drank caipirinhas and we hung out and everything. So I'm going back to the elevator after I think it was my first day there, and I had way too many of these caipirinhas. I didn't know what they were. They kicked my butt. So I get into the elevator, and Dave Grohl is just, Dave looks at me and he goes, "Not a bad gig, right?" I threw up.
Oh no! Oh
I,
my gosh!
I drank so much. I
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh!
whew. I
That's
still won't
insane.
drink caipirinha.
So do you still tour with Guns N' Roses or bands? Or is
No, I
that
haven't
that
toured. My
section
last tour
over?
was actually the Cranberries, and it was
Oh
in,
wow!
yeah, it
I'm
was in,
actually I cover Zombie, and I am bringing out a cover album this year, and it's on there. So
oh, cool, man.
and
I'll
it's quite
listen.
quite different from theirs.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's so cool that you were a crew. We should chat more about being a crew because I ended up going on tour before COVID with Emily Sandé, and
Hmm.
it's the only major tour I've ever been on. But anyway, because I'm not signed to a label and all that stuff, the only way they could get me on was to put me on as a crew member.
Oh,
So,
really?
so I was doing load in and load out every night, and I was on the crew bus as well as being the only support act. We were playing. We did 26 shows over Europe, over UK, and so they were like, try every department, try back line, which is just like as
The
what it
instruments.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, I even flew the spotlight one night. One night,
Oh, follow spot operation.
yeah,
Good, good.
yeah. But I ended up the thing I loved was flying PA. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. The
Yeah.
time, effort, the dedication. I every time I go to a gig now, I see it in a completely different light.
It's a lot
Uh,
of work. So flying PA means we hook the speakers up, and that's flying the PA. So people will realize. But yeah, it's a lot
Yeah,
of
and it's all like if you're the guy that's in charge of front of house sound, you have a map of the venue, you have lasers, you scan the room, and the idea is that everyone in that venue is wearing the same set of headphones, and we're all getting the same frequencies and all this stuff.
it's
And
crazy.
oh, it is, and it's like I can't go to a gig now, and I'm just like I feel like I really want to go shake all the crew's hand and say thank you because you just don't realize how much work goes into a show. It
Yeah.
is unbelievable, and the
It's
crew is just like I always think as well. See if it's a good show, that artist probably has one hell of a crew,
yeah.
because they create they're a big part of the atmosphere. You know what I mean? And yeah, I met some absolutely beautiful people on that tour, and I'm still in touch with them. Unfortunately for me, everything went backwards after COVID. I'm back singing in the street. I don't have a deal. I was struggling to get music out because of finance. But it's like starting all over again. But I'm like, hey man, it is what it is. Back to the grind. Let's go.
Well, if I can help out, I will because I'm a big fan. So,
Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I really do.
hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.